I'm David Grubb, and this is another edition of Brutha Broadcasters for MLBBro.com. And today, my guest is Jerry Hairston Jr., a member of the famous Hairston baseball clan. His grandfather, father, uncle, and brother have all made it to the big leagues, and Jerry himself spent 16 years in the majors, winning a World Series with the Yankees in 2009. He is now currently a broadcaster with the Los Angeles Dodgers, the last team he played for when he retired in 2013. Jerry, thank you so much for coming on with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, David. Appreciate it, man.
Happy belated birthday to you as well.
Appreciate it. Just turned 30.
Right. So my daughter shares the same birthday as you, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's good. You grew up in a family that baseball was the family business. Can you quickly just talk about what that's like growing up in a household like that, and what the advantages are and what some of the challenges are when you have so many people involved in this kind of endeavor?
Well, the advantage is you get a chance to go to the park, an awful lot. Having your grandfather, when I was coming up, he was a coach of the Birmingham Barons, and my father was a player with the Chicago White Sox. So as a kid, you get a chance to be around Major League ball, go to big league stadiums. That definitely was an advantage. I think a challenge is, as far as a kid, I wanted to be around my dad. I wanted to be around him all the time, and I just couldn't because he was playing. He had to travel and do his job. And as I got older, I started to understand that. But as I started to play the game, I don't think it really was a disadvantage. I know some kids has talked about, the pressure of performing. But I think the pressure was more on what I put on myself. I wanted to do it, because I heard the stories my grandfather told of, playing in the Negro Leagues and playing for the White Sox and being a scout. And to hear my dad's have experiences when he was, playing in the big leagues, playing in winter ball. I wanted to have those experiences myself. So my parents, my grandfather, they never put any pressure on me. They just wanted me to be a good man, a good person. I just wanted to play because I loved the game, and I wanted to succeed at it. And fortunately, I was able to get to the big leagues and have a career.
As you move to that latter stage of your career and you start thinking about the post-baseball time and what you're going to do with that, when did broadcasting become an option for you and a consideration? And then who did you seek out, both as former ball players who made that transition and then broadcasters who you just admired and wanted to learn from?
I wanted to be a broadcaster. It got into my mind when I heard Don Drysdale. He used to call the White Sox games, him and Ken Hairston. And then I started to learn who Don Drysdale was, and he had told me he was a baseball player. When I was 8, 9, 10 years old, I was like, "What? You were a baseball player?" And then obviously, as I got older, I realized he was a legendary ball player for the Dodgers. So I knew then. I go, listen, I wanted to play baseball, and then when I'm done playing baseball, I want to talk about baseball. So that was definitely my dream. And fortunately for me, I was able to play in the big leagues. And as I started to kind of have my career, I knew that towards the end of my career, I wanted to become a broadcaster. Harold Reynolds was the first guy who grabbed me and kind of took me under his wing. He made me come up to ESPN, and I would do some spots there at ESPN News. So I would get the reps there, and I met Stan Verrett, who now does the LA Sports Center. And those two really kind of helped me along the way as I was playing. And the best advice I got from Harold Reynolds is make sure you get reps while you're playing, because there's nothing like having an active player come in the studio and talk about what's going on in the game today. And I was able to do that probably the last 5 or 6 years of my career. I'd go up to MLB Network, ESPN, and get the reps there. And I really started to become more and more comfortable in front of the camera, and really being myself. And those two guys really helped me quite a bit. And then my agent, Tom Scher, I grew up in Chicago. He's a Chicago ex-broadcaster. Now he's an agent. I grew up watching him on NBC. And I told him, my last 3 or 4 years of playing, this is what I want to do. So, hey, I can help you out. So he definitely helped me there. And he's still my agent. And the Dodgers, Lon Rosen, while I was playing with the Dodgers, he saw me on TV. He said, hey, listen, you're going to be doing TV for us when you're done playing, So I just rolled right in doing Dodgers TV as soon as I retired.
Yeah, it's been 8 years.
MLBBro.com, covering black and brown major leaguers.